welcome back to my channel. I am Ashley, and in today's video I'm going to be talking to you guys about what I keep in my student binder, my daycare binder that has all of the information of my students. So it's this binder right here. It has all of their paperwork in it. I did make example sheets, so this is an example application. I'll get closer and I'll show you guys what it looks like. I have a fake application, another handbook, I have tuition charts, I have sign in and out sheets. So I made these examples, they're all fake. But I printed all of this stuff, and this is basically what each tab in this binder has. So I'm gonna show you guys what I keep on file for every student in my program. So I only have one binder and it has everything in it for all of the kids. I wanted to keep it all simple for me. I do frequently check this binder, and it's easy for me to have everything in one spot than to have like a whole bunch of different folders or stuff like that. So I like just having one binder. So I don't know how many inches this is. I think it's like 3 inches, but it holds everything for me, and I don't carry a lot of things for each kid in my program, so I don't need to have like individual binders like this or a huge binder for each child, if that makes any sense. So this is what the inside of the binder looks like. Here's a side view, and I wanted to quickly talk to you guys about these dividers. So this is the set of dividers that I bought. These are from Walgreens. And if you guys see, these are the little tabs. Do you see the tabs right here? These stickers come with the dividers. So those stickers, you could take them and you can label them on the dividers, but my quick tip to you guys is don't do it. They start to peel up really quickly, and then you have kids unenroll and re-enroll, and then it's gonna have to be ripped off, and it's just gonna start to look yucky really quickly. So these dividers, I've been purchasing them for the longest time, and I feel like they last longer when you don't label them, and they don't look yucky and give you like anxiety to just change it, like if you have OCD or whatever. So I buy them from Walgreens. I bought 2 packs because 1 pack comes with 5. I have more than 5 kids. That's what I have in this binder. I also keep my kids in here in alphabetical order by the first name. So let's say I have Amy and Rebecca. Amy would be the first tab, and then Rebecca would be the second tab, and so on and so forth. So I do that, and then as kids unenroll or re-enroll, I'll shift all of their names to make sure that they're always in alphabetical order. So that's how I keep it. I'm gonna show you guys what papers and what documents I keep in every single tab for every single kid. So I think I'm done with the binder, but I just wanted to show you guys that so you guys can get an idea of how I store everything. Again, I think that maybe like not even an inch of paperwork for each kid is in there. Their sign-in sheets are in here as well, so that kind of is what takes up the most space with their divider or with their tab, but you don't need a huge binder for any of these kids. So I also wanted to let you guys know that I am registered. I am not a licensed in-home daycare, so what I have on file for my kids might not be enough for you if you're licensed. You might need a little bit more paperwork. So the first thing I keep in the tab, I'm gonna get my binder again. So the first thing I have when I open up the binder, I have everything set up in a specific layout. So the first thing I have is a shot record. So the shot record is always the first page I see when I flip to their tab. And the reason being is because I always like to check the expiration date every single month. I'll go through, I'll look at the expiration date, and I just flip through every tab. So that's another reason why I like having everything in one, because it's easier to just literally flip, check the shot record, okay, next tab, flip, check the shot record, okay, next page. You know what I'm saying? Versus having like a whole bunch of binders. So first thing that I have is shot record, again, because I check the expiration date frequently. If the parents don't vaccinate their kids, I would like to have the exemption form, and that would be their first page. Then after that, I have their physical. So you already know, you get your shot and you get your physical. That's the second page that I keep there. Then any doctor's notes that I would get would go after. If a kid is sick and they come and they have a doctor's note, I would slide it right behind the physical. So third thing would be doctor's notes if there are any. Then after that, I would have incident or injury reports. So if the kid scuffed their knee, or if God forbid someone broke their leg, or whatever the case is, I would have an injury or incident report. I would have the parents sign it or whatever, and I would keep that on file as well. Then after that, I have their application. So the application that I have is from my state's website. So the Department of Children and Families, which is DCF, is who we have to report to when it comes to childcare. They have an application on their website, and that's just the one that I use. And this is what it looks like right here. Let me get close. Let me lower my brightness so you guys can see it. So this is what it looks like right here. Now all of this information is fake. I made Rebecca my student. You guys already know that Rebecca is always used as my student, and this is what an application looks like in my program. So this is what I have, and then there is a second sheet right here, which is this one right here. So whenever the parents are filling out the application, this is the one that they get. Now you can make yours if that's something that you want to do, but I personally just find it easier to have DCF's application, and this is the one that I use in my program. So the next thing that I keep on file is their handbook. If you guys are new to my channel, I do have a video all about my handbook, every policy that I have in my handbook. I go over, the video is pretty long, I think it's like almost 30 minutes long, but it has a lot of information, and my handbook is for sale if you guys are interested. So I keep a handbook, every single page, and every parent initials every single page, and then on the last page it says I blank have initialed each page, indicating that I have read all of the policies and agreed to all of the policies that are in this handbook. So they would sign there stating that all of their initials are there because they read everything or whatever, and then they put the date. So I also keep this on file, and you want to keep something like that on file because if you guys gotta go to court or if anything happens, they signed on your policies and they stated that they read everything and that they understood it. So that is what comes after my application. And then after that, I have ASQs. So ASQs are like screenings. You guys can do them if you guys want. I know that if you guys are licensed, I think you guys are obligated to. I'm not obligated as a registered home daycare to do ASQs, but I like to do them because I like to see where the kids are at, and I like to see what I can do as a provider to help them with any skill that they're lacking on. So ASQs are really easy to get. You just Google their age. So in this case, it's 36 months. So this child's 3 years old. So you type in 36-month ASQ questionnaire, and then you'll click the link and it'll give you this huge packet. Now this packet has a lot of their information. You put their name on it, and then it has like different sections like communication. It'll ask you some things about if the child does this or if they don't do it or whatever the case is. And then you have gross motor, fine motor. There's a whole bunch of different things that the ASQ gives you information wise, and I really do like it. I perform them as often as I can. Sometimes I forget to do it, but I do it because again, I like to see where my kids are at, and I like to help them if I see that they're struggling in any one of these categories. So ASQs are gonna be filed behind the handbook that are signed. Then we have our tuition charts. So if you guys want to know a little bit more information on my tuition charts, I did film a video on them. I'll let you guys know what they are and how I use them. And I keep them for the kids behind the ASQs. Now the tuition charts, I make them every single year. So as long as they're in my program and I give them a tuition chart, I would have them filed behind the ASQs, if that makes sense. And then after that, I have my sign in and out sheets. So I made a few examples so I can kind of show you guys what I do when a child signs in and out. I'm gonna get close again, and I'm gonna lower the brightness so you guys can see what I'm doing. So this is one of my sign in and out sheets. So this is what it looks like before the parents start to sign anything. So whenever I make them, this is what it looks like. So as you guys can see, Monday has come and there's no signature. This is what they're gonna sign on Monday, but they're already gonna know about these days that are closed. So they're signing in every single day and signing out every single day, and they're already gonna know what is closed. So whenever you make your sign in and out sheets, if you know you're gonna be closed for a specific day, you should just write it in there so that they know. So in this case, it says no tuition due because I was closed for vacation this week. This is an example. I like to keep the days that I am closed on the sign-in sheet so that they can see and they can remember every time that they open up my sign-in book that I am closed on this day. I also have a video on my sign-in binder, and the actual cover of my sign-in binder also has closings that I am closed for the entire year. So this is an example of a sheet that is about to be given to a parent for them to sign in their kids. And then this is an example of a completed sign in and out sheet. So as you guys can see at the top, I have the child's name. I always put it on this side, and then it says for the month of, and then you write the month that it's going to be covering. So this is March and April, and then for the year of 2020. I hope you guys can see that. Then I write the dates all down here, and then this is where they would sign in and out. So I specifically wanted to show you guys this little line right here. I made it when I was making my sign in and out sheet because I wanted to put my receipt numbers. So the receipt numbers are right here, as you guys can see, and I put them for every single week that is paid. So whenever they pay me, they'll get a receipt number. And what I like about this is there might be a parent signing in, let's say on this day, and if they don't see a receipt number, that means that they didn't pay, and they'll probably remember to pay you. Now, don't get me wrong, sometimes I forget to make receipts, so sometimes they would have paid and there's no number there, but majority of the time, I try my best to keep up with this, and this is basically what it looks like. So my sign in and out sheet, again, it has all of that information at the top, the dates here, they would sign in and out, the receipt number would be here, and the receipt number comes from the receipt that you give the parent. Sorry if this is blurry. I'm trying my best to share as much information as I can with you, but again, this is the same sign in and out sheet, but this one is what it looks like before I give it to a parent, and I just wanted to show you guys that you should include your closing dates before. So all of the stuff that I showed you as examples is what is in every single tab in this binder for every single kid. So again, I'll quickly go over. We have the shop record or their exempt form. We have the physical. We keep doctor's notes behind the physical. We keep incident reports behind the doctor's notes. And then we have our application, our handbook that is signed and initialed, our ASQs and our tuition charts, and then our sign in and out sheets. Every time one of the sign in and out sheets are completed, I just stick it behind the previous weeks and I keep them. And whenever a child unenrolls, I take all of these papers out. I clip them together, and then that is gonna go inside of this box that I have, and I just keep that up until I don't wanna keep it anymore. But at least for 5 years, you wanna keep it. So again, this is what I keep on file as a registered home daycare. If you guys are licensed, there might be something that I'm missing in my folder divider or my packet that you might need to include in yours if you guys are licensed. And again, we are all from different states, so what might work for Florida might not work for Nebraska, if that makes any sense. So that basically completes today's video. I hope it was helpful. Please subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already, and I will see you guys in my next video.